So it's day 3 here. We're in Tokyo. I can't believe I'm here. We just spent the whole week in Italy and we had a great time out there. We did the Giro and looked at some cars. Day 1 was really interesting here. We're trying to see 1 or 2 different cars, and actually as we woke up in the morning, the plans that we had for the cars kind of fell apart, and that does happen a lot in this business. So we kind of woke up in the morning not having that much of a plan, other than seeing one of the race cars, which was a 599XX that we had planned to see. And then while we were there, we were presented with a really cool car. It was a 355 manual GTS with low mileage, factory roll cage and buckets. And it looks like we're gonna buy that car. Looks like a really nice car. I mean, it's really unique with the roll bar and the carbon buckets. You don't get to see those in the US as much, and the mileage is great. The car looks pretty free of paintwork. It looks like a really nice car.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Has all the books, all the tools, I think service history from you.
That's a nice car. I would say day 1 was a semi-success. I mean, again, we came here focused on certain cars, but we made a pretty good contact and got to look at 2 cars, and we're probably gonna buy those cars. It's 8 minutes away. We were out in Chiba. We came back into Tokyo. We met with our friends over at Bingo Sports. It was a really interesting place, a very well-known brand out here. They do a lot of modern kind of hypercar, supercar stuff. They do some vintage as well. The owner of the company is an enthusiast. He has his own really impressive collection. I have some really nice stuff. Most of the stuff I think is his private collection. That's a really low mileage car. That's Shinji's car.
Oh, really?
He just decided to sell this one, the orange Diablo VT.
You can, if you don't want to wear it, make someone else wear it.
This? Oh, it's like that?
You can open it if you want.
All right, I'm gonna have to open it now. It's his business card.
Oh, that's funny.
So we have a project we're doing with, I think you know HWA. So we've formed a partnership with HWA where we're going to release a series of retro pre-merger AMG cars.
AMG のプリマージャーの車を取ってそれを
The first car is going to be a 190 Evo, brand new wide body carbon fiber. We're going to do a series of about 7 cars with HWA, kind of in the same vein as like a Singer, but with obviously the pre-merger AMG stuff. We're thinking probably sometime in the next 12 to 18 months, we could start getting some cars out. We're gonna release the first renderings and everything in the next 60 to 90 days. Tell him last chance. I can make room in his showroom, tell him. He wants.
Those seats are so cool.
I would say day 1 was a semi-success. I mean, again, we came here focused on certain cars, but we made a pretty good contact and got to look at 2 cars, and we're probably gonna buy those cars.
Dealer?
Yeah, we're going to see a dealer. It looks like we're going to a parking lot. So we're either going to look at a car or get whacked.
All right. Those 2 things. At least we'll have it on film.
Exactly. They won't kill you. They never kill a camera guy. It's always the talent. Day 2 was really up in the air. Part of the problem in this business is you do have to get out there and you do have to kind of tackle and chase the cars, right? I mean, it's nice to sit back and have brokers call you or like look on the internet and get a car, but really if you want to get the special cars, you have to get out there. I'm always on a plane, I'm always getting out in front of collections and owners wanting to sell and other dealers. And really, for me, that's the best way to do it. Just kind of roll your sleeves up, fly somewhere, get off the plane, see the lay of the land, and see what develops. So this car's a little bit rough. You got the windows are delaminating, there's a couple of spots of paintwork. You can see the bolster on the seats really worn out. Doesn't have the factory exhaust. Under the bonnet was a little rough. This is a little bit rougher of a car than we like to see. Wheels have to be redone. Thankfully, this is just vinyl, so you can pull this off. This has a very specific audience and taste, so not ours.
Thank you very much.
We couldn't develop a couple of the contacts that we had out here for seeing some of the cars, and called the guy that we met the first day, and just so happens that when we were talking about some of the cars that I was supposed to see, he knew the cars, and he's like, well, I know him, and I'll be able to introduce you to someone that might be able to put you in contact with the cars. We are in Nagoya, ready to go see a car. Planes, trains, and automobiles. And they presented a really, really nice 99 Diablo VT coupe, low mileage, which obviously is perfect for what we do. And I said, well, let's go see it.
It looks black to me, but he's saying it's blue.
さあすみません、はい。
Original.
じゃあ今のところはない。でもうとりあえず僕がずっと。
If they're gonna paint any panels, they'll do the blend lines in here, and there's usually overspray they can't get to, or the sanding machine can't get in there. But this car's super, super clean.
You said it's original paint.
Yeah. The car was beautiful. It was probably one of the better examples I've seen of a VT coupe. And we're going to make an offer on that car and hopefully buy it. And then we just kind of figured out that the guy that presented us the car has been really the source for a lot of the information here in Japan as far as the Lamborghini stuff that we've been buying over the last year and a half from the brokers. So, you know, a situation that wasn't ideal, you know, getting a little bit of misinformation, coming all the way out to Japan and not getting to see the cars that we were trying to see, and then meeting the guy that actually was the source for a lot of this stuff. So that worked out really well. It doesn't always happen that way, but again, you're never gonna maybe make those contacts or figure that out if you're not, you know, kind of getting dirty and getting out there and doing the work. Get in front of the cars. I know people don't always want to do that. They don't always have the time, but for me, it's kind of what I love to do. Hey, Koji. Hi. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Today's a culmination of like 5 phone calls with a really big collector. His name's Mr. Mura. Really, really nice guy. Serious collector, has some incredible stuff in his collection. It's kind of a well-known collection. It's been well photographed. We've had brokers call us up trying to sell us cars over the years, but the collection itself has never really been seriously for sale. I think Mr. Mura is an enthusiast that loves to interact with people that love his collection, but at the end of the day, anytime that we've tried to buy something from there or the cars have been offered, it's been very difficult to get the cars to close. You know, we're happy to see the collection, but we're also here maybe to talk about if you're interested in selling some of the cars. Is it okay if we just first maybe walk around and look at some of the cars in detail, open the cars and everything, and then maybe we'll speak about some of the history on the cars, and then we'll make you an offer, you know? This is a cool car. I don't know what he's asking for it, but this car's a very nice car. These are a little too new for us. Do you know what he's kind of thinking on the mirrors in the 4Cam? Oh, that's actually not bad. So, I mean, let's see the rest of it. Maybe if you think that in his mind, package deal would be a little bit more like flexible on some of those numbers, maybe we can make a deal happen. The L150. So this was actually like a design study car, but I mean, it was really done well because kind of cleaned the whole line of the car up. They did it in like 1987. None of this stuff really made it into Pagani's design on the anniversary. But like even these side scoops here, you see them, how they were more jagged. Yeah, but these actually were really functional. So surprisingly enough, they didn't make it into the car. Pagani kind of just took whatever the existing design was and just sharpened it a little bit. Bigger intakes to pull the air in, and then you can see we've got like these curved diffusers out the back. So this was like a really true like aerodynamic study. Very cool car. And it's the only one. I think that's a good representation of the challenges of big collections, because you walk in and there's a lot of really great cars there, but you run into a problem with some of these collectors where sometimes they believe they have something that they don't. It was a nice car, but again, I believe the owner of the car thinks he has something that he doesn't. It makes it a little bit difficult to transact at that level. I mean, there's some other stuff that was amazing. Seeing the L150 in person is almost like a dream come true.
That car's sick.
And then some of those bespoke cars, which the Aventador-based car, was called a Zero?
Mm-hmm. Code Zero.
Code Zero, very cool car.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see one of those. So again, those are kind of the surprises you get when you go into these big collections and you get to meet the owners. And he seems like he was a pretty enthusiastic collector for a while, looking to kind of cash out, retire. So yeah, we'll have to see. It was really interesting, and we'll see if we can put a deal together. Konnichiwa. So you know how David Hasselhoff is popular in Germany?
Yeah.
Well, you're David Hasselhoff in Japan. So
Why do you say that?
we went to Mr. Mura's today. He loves you. He says, he goes, how old is he? We said 39. He goes, I had that much energy when I was 39 too.
I had that much energy. I heard he's a very special guy. I heard he's really cool.
He's cool. He's an enthusiast, and he's ready to punch out of the car thing.
Wow.
So it's true. He wants to sell the cars.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went, we checked it out. I mean, it's a very cool collection. The way he wants to do it, he wants to sell either 6 cars or 10 cars. So if you start to look at what he has, we could easily assemble 6 cars. Listen, my sense is he's ready to sell some cars. And I think if we put together a deal with 6 cars and we get somewhere in the vicinity of the numbers, I think it's going to happen finally. Trip was a success. We got some good stuff. So listen, they came back to me at the price on the VT, and it's a little high, but I don't want to just take it for the sake of taking it and not make money. It's another car that we have to kind of like, we got to do the educated sale, right? Because there's just not many of those.
I know.
Yeah. All right, man. Well.
Awesome, brother. Well, great stuff.
Yeah, we're done. I'll be home Monday, and we'll hit the ground running, buddy.
Have a safe flight. Congrats. Good
Thanks,
shit.
man.
And
Thanks,
let's start working on numbers. Let's go, baby.
You got it, my man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Bye.
All right, be safe, man.
Thanks,
Enjoy.
man. Bye.